fracture, he's still able to smile. But of course, 7 days after winning the world title in Japan, he is brought crashing back down to earth with an almighty bump and bang, as he's already about to make his way out of the Mandalika paddock and start the long journey home. It will be an uncomfortable flight back now to Europe for Mark, as he will start to process what is going to be another right limb recovery.
It could be worse, he's saying to Izaskun from DAZN there. Of course, for Marc Marquez, he's been through a lot worse in his career as the emotion begins to pour out of Fermin Aldeguer. He has not been through the traditional route up to MotoGP. Never saw him in Moto3, of course. Came through the European Moto2 Championship. He was given a chance in Moto2 at Grand Prix level by Luca Boscoscuro and the Speed Up team, where he immediately demonstrated his talents. That propelled him up to MotoGP.
Absolutely shattered, absolutely exhausted, isn't he, Alex Marquez, who's, I think, just trying to seek some shade down in Parc Fermé. Let's get the thoughts of Alex. Third in that real tough Grand Prix. He's with Jack.
Alex, we can see you've given absolutely everything there to get onto the podium in such a difficult race. Just give us your thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, well, quite happy with the race. I mean, I did a mistake on the start. You know, I had a problem and I lose a lot of positions. And later on, you know, I started to come a little bit, and I was a little bit better every lap, but to overtake is so difficult. So, P3, really happy. Congrats to my teammate Fermin. He had an amazing weekend, amazing race. So, yeah, for us, really important to be here in the podium here in Mandalika.
Great job, well done.
Thank you.
He is absolutely on his knees, isn't he? Alex Marquez, 8th at one stage in the early. What a ride. What a talent Pedro Acosta is, dragging that KTM around to second place. He's with Jack.
Pedro, huge congratulations onto the podium here in Mandalika. Have you ever had to fight harder for a podium?
I mean, we know where our bike is struggling. We were super slow whole weekend in Sector 2, and they make the difference there for this. We have to be happy all the time in the podium. We was many races already that we have a good rhythm and a good potential, maybe not for win, but to be constantly in the podium for this. I want to thank KTM, my crew chief, my mechanics, all the guys, also Danny and Paul that for sure are watching this from the TV. We have to improve, but we are not that far like the beginning of the year.
Great job, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a job. Was from Alex Rins. Well, he stopped the tears, but he's going to start the celebrations very soon. Another special day for Gresini Racing. You see right there in the middle of the celebrations is the boss, Nadia Padovani, who made a vow and a pledge to her late husband Fausto that the show will go on. We will not give up. We will continue in your name and in your honour. And thankfully they did, because Gresini Racing, what a team they have turned into. They're going to easily clinch second place in the Team World Championship and a double podium. Fermin Aldeguer just seeking some shade, just to compose himself. Another embrace from his partner before he's going to come and speak to Jack after one of the most memorable days of his life, certainly the best day of his Grand Prix career, as for the very first time we can say Fermin Aldeguer, MotoGP race winner.
Fermin, huge congratulations. One of the most dominant debut wins in MotoGP history. Can you believe what you've just achieved?
I don't believe, no. I'm super happy. I have a lot of words to say. Thank you all my people, all my family, the Ducati, Gresini team. To be a rookie, we are doing an incredible work. We knew also before than this race, nothing. We have to continue like this. This is not for relax, it's for more, and yeah, thank you everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was some way to open your account as a defeat to Marco Bezzecchi. Well, that already feels like a long time ago, doesn't it now? As the emotions start flowing.
Generally, when he won in Moto2, he won by a mile. That was trademark Fermin Aldeguer. He's going to do quite a bit of winning, you fancy, in his MotoGP career. The first of quite a few. Frankie Carcetti just on the right-hand side there as you look. Crew chief, of course, who brought Joan Mir all the way to the top of MotoGP. Of course, Grand Prix winner too with Fabio Di Gianantonio in Gresini colours, and of course Marc Marquez last year add Fermin Aldeguer to an illustrious list.
He becomes just the 15th rider from Spain to win in the MotoGP World Championship. 123rd Premier Class winner, the 37th in the modern era. A 4-stroke in MotoGP. He is some talent. He has always been one to watch. And you'll just feel now that with that monkey off his back, with nobody sort of wondering, well, when will Aldeguer win his first MotoGP race? He's clearly got the talent. Well, he's just going to go from strength to strength. It looks like the ligaments in Marc Marquez's collarbone are broken. Sometimes it's ligaments and muscles and tendons.
He visto Marc que iba así y una moto súper cerca de él.
Guau, qué larga se me ha hecho, chaval.
Normal, tío, ahí delante.
Ahora vamos, este y yo el lado de veía por la 5 y digo, es que no puede ser. No puede ser que
iba fresquito, ¿no? Al menos.
Yo no sé ni cómo iba, hermano.
Mira, mira. Pam, Bercheki, pam.
No. Oh, sí, se ha caído. Buah.
Sí, se ha roto algo, no sé qué es, pero...
¿Se ha roto? Buah, pues tu hermano ha tenido suerte ahí que no lo ha enganchado.
Pues
Hola.
Está mi padre, tío, es lo primero que he preguntado. Yo me he cojonado, tío, iba ahí, lo he visto volar. Claro, lo he visto, mira, he visto una moto roja y digo, guau.
Oh, mira a tu hermano.
Pero es que habéis visto cómo está la grava, hecha una mierda.
Está muy duro.
Hay un escalón.
Sí.
Siempre pasa lo mismo, tío. Hasta que no pasa algo, no se actúa. Hay un escalón así, es imposible que no te pase nada.
Ay, ¿Peco?
Qué rara.
Ya.
Yo este año, ¿dónde fue que me hice polvo los brazos?
¿Cómo?
En Jerez. En Jerez, porque entras y hay el escalón y ¡pum! Tiene que ser como de menos a más, casi.
Aquí vamos todo el grupo enganchado.
Sí. Ahí la he parado porque digo, me la va a devolver.
Ya. Es que detrás la 7, 8, 9 es más fácil hacer.
Ya te he visto que delante no había manera. Tío.
No. Yo igual.
Me recordabas a Marc, en esas cuando va delante no va y luego se pone detrás y ¡buah! Y tú has hecho lo mismo con Rins. Porque te pillábamos mucho y luego cuando estabas con Rins...
Sí, me pegaba, sí. Por lo menos el T3 y el 4 lo salvaba.
Yo igual.
Era un desastre.
Yo igual, cuando iba detrás de Pedro, ahí era súper fácil llegar a la 10 y pasar.
Ya, pero es raro porque Rins iba con la SO, iba muy rápido en la 8, pero luego en la 12 y la 13 no tenía tracción.
Qué raro.
¿Sabes? Y era izquierda igual.
En la 12, por ejemplo, tenía muy poco grip. Cuando me ha pasado Madrid...
Pero en la 8...
Sí.
A lo mejor la sobrecalentaba.
Puede ser, no sé.
Well, they're tired, they're drained, but they are delighted and delirious to boot as well, aren't they? The top three then just processing what just unfolded over 27 laps of pure theatre here in Mandalika. The outcome is Aldeguer, Acosta and Alex Marquez on the podium. With injury concerns for Marc Marquez with a potential fracture and ligament damage, more concerningly to his right shoulder. Of course, no news as yet on the condition of Marco Bezzecchi. We know that he did obviously come back to the factory at Aprilia garage. He's, I believe, still in the medical centre for some precautionary checks. But here we go then. This will be a memorable Mandalika podium as far as Fermin Aldeguer is concerned, as he comes to the top step for the first time in MotoGP.
And fittingly, it is his crew chief, Frankie Carcetti, who will take the winning constructor prize on behalf of Gresini and Ducati. Such a central part of Fermin Aldeguer's rookie story. Well, Alex Marquez adds to what is a long list of podiums that is now double figures for him. 10th Grand Prix podium of the season. Pedro Acosta, well, it's second for the second year running here in Mandalika in very, very different circumstances. It's now the fourth, second place of his MotoGP career. But the first victory for Fermin Aldeguer, it does not get much more special than that. Leading from start to finish, and with plenty to spare. Fermin Aldeguer, magnificent. So the winning constructor prize accepted by Frankie Carcetti, crew chief to Fermin Aldeguer at the Gresini Ducati team. What a day that is for the whole Gresini squad. An absolutely spent Alex Marquez, just about with the energy to lift the third place trophy, and all but secures the runner-up spot and the Marquez family double in the World Championship. Pedro Acosta claims his third Sunday podium of the season. Of course, they've all come in the last 8 Grand Prix. He worked so hard for that.
The Minister of Youth and Sport Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Thohir.
But absolutely miles clear of that incredible battle for second place. He's already won here by a mile in Moto2, but this is extra special. The second youngest MotoGP winner in history, Fermin Aldeguer.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please give your big respect to the national anthem. Please.
Fermin Aldeguer gets the fantastic feeling then of being a MotoGP winner for the first time. Pedro Acosta in those early laps made him fight for it, but he just played the patient game, fighting his way through on lap 7.
So young, he can't even spray the Prosecco on the podium. That's how young Fermin Aldeguer is.
We've got to wait about another 150 odd days. Make sure you do it this time next year, Fermin, and you'll be able to sample some of that race-winning Prosecco. Alex Marquez, one of the toughest 27 laps I think we've seen for Alex. You can see under the podium there, on the bags, the fans under the podium have been getting a bit of a Prosecco shower as he gives himself a round of applause. Fermin Aldeguer, and quite rightfully so. A great weekend for the Spanish rider. A close, very close second to Bezzecchi in yesterday's sprint, but making amends. That's how you put behind you disappointments, and he was disappointed. So much for him to be proud of at the end of that sprint yesterday, but of course he wanted the win. He thought he had the win before it was taken away just 7 corners from the end of the sprint. But today's Grand Prix victory, well, it was never really under